Welcome to another week of the Bold Exploration Podcast. I'm your host, Shanda Smith, and I am excited about today. Today, we're going to talk about season passes. Specifically, we're going to talk about Disney season passes, but we're going to follow up with maybe a pass that might be more suitable for your family. I don't know if y'all are aware of this, but on April 20th, Disney is releasing their season passes for their theme park for the first time in quite some time. So what's so special about these season passes? Well, honestly, it's just that Disney is so expensive that season passes really allow you to get a lot more bang for your buck and do multiple Disney vacations in a year so that you can save a little bit of money. So if you are typically a person that would do one Disney trip every year, you might be able to reconfigure your schedule and get 2 to 3 Disney trips in over that 12-month period, and then get a lot of use out of your season pass, all while saving a lot of money.
Ready to add more family travel to your year? Subscribe or follow wherever you listen or watch your favorite podcasts. And as always, we love reading your reviews. Now back to the show.
So who are these season passes for? First of all, I'm going to say that if you are a Florida resident, today is probably not going to really pertain to you. You guys get deeper discounts on your Disney tickets, and y'all have a lot more options for different types of passes that you can get and different add-ons that you can get. If you're not a Florida resident, though, you basically have one option with a few add-ons. So today we're really talking to those people who don't live in Florida. So the Disney Season Pass gets you access to all 4 theme parks. It works kind of like a park hopper. You're able to hold so many reservations in the reservation system, and you're allowed to enter the parks without reservations after 2 p.m. There's a water park add-on. There's a photo pass option like the Memory Maker that you can add on to for the year that can save you a lot of money, because both of them, I believe, are $99, and so it's not a huge jump. Now, the price of the Disney ticket, though, the season pass, is $1,399 plus tax. That is a huge outlay of cash. So if you're only going to Disney once, maybe even twice, you may not do better by having the season pass. You might financially just be better off to purchase your tickets for each vacation and not worry about it. But there are some discounts that come with having a season pass. You typically get 10 to 20% off on dining. You get some merchandise discounts. You do get a pass holder discount for different stays at the Disney properties. And of course, you don't have to stay on property. These are just the discounts that you can get through your season pass. So the number one thing I would look at if you're deciding whether or not you're going to be a Disney pass holder is how often are you going to visit the parks? If you're going to do 2 4-day vacations, you're probably about even up cost-wise. If you're thinking about going more than 2 times, the season pass could really offer you a lot of benefits. Now, here's the thing. You've got to kind of plan on your schedule, right? In order to get good use of this Disney Pass program, you really need to use it for 3 trips to Disney, okay? Now, everybody's schedule can change and everybody's life can kind of get chaotic at times. So you really have to play the law of averages here and know what's the amount of certainty that you're going to be able to go. If you're already vacationing 3 to 4 times a year regularly, and you're like, you know what, we're going to put all of those weeks towards Disney and really get a lot of good value out of our pass, then you're probably fine. But if you're a family that's only vacationing like once a year typically, and you've never done 2, 3, 4 vacations a year, then you may not get the use out of your season pass that you would get just by booking your vacations, the regular way, one at a time. So you have to know whether or not your family culture is already traveling that often. If you're not traveling that often, these Disney season passes are quite expensive. Now, if it's been a goal of yours, like, hey, we really want to hit Disney hard and we want to go and really enjoy the parks and we want to get into some of the harder to get reservations or you want to take advantage of some of the more higher priced properties, then getting the season passes may help you in that regard. Another thing to note, probably my favorite cost savings other than the purchases that you get with Disney. The biggest cost saving is on the parking. Parking can be quite expensive. And with the season pass, you do get free standard parking at the parks, which is great because then you're automatically saving that money. Now, I'll be honest, we did have season passes for 1 year and we used the heck out of them. I think we went 31 or 32 days while our passes were valid. And what you find is that you don't make a whole lot of purchases at the park. I mean, when you're spending that many days at the park, you're not purchasing the same way as when you're only going to be there for 4 days. You're seeing a lot of the things over time, and you're not as impulse shoppy if you're going to spend a lot of time there. Now, we didn't do it all in one stay, obviously. We would just go down on weekends. We would take a few 4-day trips here and there and really got good use out of our season passes. Now, one way to travel hack getting these Disney passes is to try to combine purchasing your passes with opening a Disney Chase Visa account or using your existing account. Not only are you going to get double points back, but then all the purchases you make, all the fees that you're paying for staying on property and in off property, you can use that to accrue more points. And then by the time you're on that 3rd or 4th trip to Disney for the year, you're going to have some reward value that you can add and have some cash that you can spend at the parks for meals, for dining, for gear, or whatever. So just to recap about Disney season passes as to whether or not it's the right choice for you. Number one, you have to know how often you're going to go and how often you'll regularly vacation as a family. If you've been going on vacation 3 to 4 times a year regularly, and you want to put all of that vacation time towards Disney, a season pass could definitely save you money. If you're only looking to go 2 or fewer times to Disney, you really need to do the math to see if this is a better option for you. Okay. You will save money on admissions if you're going to go many, many, many times throughout the year. But if you're not going to go, then you're just spending extra money to be a pass holder. The second thing to look at is how many people are in your family, because it can add up really quick and it could become cost prohibitive for you to have that many Disney passes. You might be better off to spend that money on a different type of vacation, especially if you're not going to have a big Disney year. And you have to remember when you're looking at the cost to look at the different programs that are included with having a season pass. So the other benefits can be a discount on food, discounts on merchandise, some special pass holder activities throughout the year. Sometimes you can get special deals on their parties or programs. And of course, they do have a pass holder rate for staying at their different hotels there on Disney property. So look at all the discounts when you're deciding, especially if you're on that line between how many times you're going to go. And don't forget that if you've got a season pass, it might be time for you to look at staying off property. Now, this really only works if you're able to drive into the parks, because if you fly down and then you have to rent a car, it's probably cheaper for you to stay at a Disney property that has free transportation versus you staying at offsite and then needing to Uber in every day or basically, if you're not going to be able to take advantage of that free parking without having to rent a car, then it's probably not going to be, it's going to be cost prohibitive in the end. So ultimately, the decision of whether or not the Disney Pass is right for your family is very, very, unique for your family, but I hope that helps you to determine whether or not you're ready to jump on the season pass bandwagon at Disney. So these passes, they do sell out. So they're not always available, and this is their first time to be available that I'm aware of since like 2019 for non-Florida residents. So what do you do if you're not a Disney season pass family? What if you're not gonna take advantage of a big Disney year? You're not looking to spend 20 days at the park this year, and maybe Disney's not even your jam. The thing about it is season passes are very common for a lot of locations. So the SeaWorld properties, the Universal properties, Legoland, they all have season passes as well. So maybe one of those, which are more economical than the Disney Pass and have about the same kind of amenities, may be the perfect option for you. So don't forget, look at what's around in your area. You might find a season pass that's awesome. But if theme parks aren't your jam, don't forget that reciprocal programs through zoos, aquariums, museums, they're a great way to take advantage of being able to go to the same location on repeat over and over again. And our families, our children, they really thrive under that repeat exposure to the same thing. They can really immerse themselves in the environment, and you can have that vacation a little closer to home, that special place that you can go as a family and really enjoy a membership style program. So throughout the year, we typically have 2, sometimes 3 season passes and memberships that we rotate through. And that is one of the ways we've been really able to cut down on the expenses of our travel, because we know there's some free activities. And I say free because after you pay your membership, there's usually not another fee to go back and enjoy the property again. But we know no matter what the budget's looking like that month, no matter what our time limits are that month, we can go and enjoy that property, and we're going to get a high value for the time we spend there. So thank you for joining us for another week of the Bold Exploration Podcast. I hope to see you next week. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube, or if you're listening to this wherever your favorite place to listen to podcasts are. Go ahead and follow us so that you'll get updates every time we drop a new episode. And if you're excited about Disney, or if you just want to ask a question, or if you want to leave a review of this podcast, leave a review on Apple or Spotify, leave us a note on YouTube, and we look forward to hearing from everybody. So see you next week, and happy travels.